Legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Houston Texans. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And incomplete to open things up.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Now Rodgers looking deep for Adams. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Body Calhoun. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
This is it. 19. 42. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Mike 4-2. Mike 4-2.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Reset. 19. 42 is the mark. Come on, dude.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Watson now to throw. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down.
2nd and 3 at the 5-yard line.
Reset. 19. Check. 42 is the mark. All day, baby. All day.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defense.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Whitney merciless. Able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Rodgers going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Mike 42. I got it. Let's go. Mike 42. Mike 42. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike 42. Mike 42.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Switch. 31.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. This is the rookie from Notre Dame, Dexter Williams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Check. Get 300. 941. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Hey, Delta. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It's the Wisconsin native and former Badger, J.J. Watt. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Jones. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
70, Indy.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Hey, hey. I got 83.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st down, Texans.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go! Hey, Wood! I'm coming after you!
Working from the gun here, McCarron. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 36 yards on the play. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Hey, Sue!
Shotgun snap for McCarron. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Texans are in for 6. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got them down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's the backup Kaiser. Looking left side, and he's got Sternberger. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From the 30 on 2nd down, Kaiser. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Robert Tonyan was the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Montravius Adams in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Alpha. 42 is the mic.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. He's going to fire one. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in, because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on second down. Kaiser. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimous St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's Kaiser. He's got it. That's St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's McCarron. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go. Let's go.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener.
We got this. Down. 15 line. 15 line. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
On first down, McCarron. Off to Thomas on the left side. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
61, max box, right. Hey, switch gears.
Now it's McCarron off play action. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2nd and 9 at the 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm going to run you over.
Again, it's Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. The Packers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Kaiser. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Throw left side complete. That's Hansen. And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll bootleg it with Kaiser. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 43 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
From the red zone now, Kaiser. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw, Kaiser. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long for Kaiser. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Dunn. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far.
At their own 10-yard line.
Ready? 44 Mike. Check. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the 2nd half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
Back back to the air on second down. It's McCarron. He's going to fire one. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, echo. 42. Yeah. Mike 42. Ready.
From the gun, it's McCarron. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. McCarron now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
42 to Mike, 42. 42 to Mike. Hey, exit. Mike 42. Let's go.
On play action, it's McCarron. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Mike 42, check. Mike General West. Go. 25, check 25.
From midfield, here's McCarron. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... He's got it at the 15. And all the way down to the 5. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Now! Smith! Go! Mike, 44. Tighten up.
Now McCarron. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Kyler Fackrell gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Hey, Charlie!
McCarron now to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Hey, check 20. Pilot, 64, weak.
That's caught at the 3. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Carter ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
That's it, baby. We got to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. Let's go. 51. Too little, Captain.
They begin the drive with Williams. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Kaiser. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 35 on 2nd down, Kaiser under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Kaiser to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll run on first down. Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brought down back at the 32.
This has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Off the bootleg. Kaiser. Forced out to his left, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now Kaiser. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
And this offense needs a touchdown. A field goal won't get it done in this situation. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, things are looking a little bit bleak.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
50.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. McCarron going to throw it here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force